So barring a touchback, this likely the final act of the half as the kick is away.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they'll have time for one play. There's 2 seconds on the clock. They'll start out here with the option left. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. Well, Charles, we saw a pretty entertaining first half, close ball game. Remember there toward the end of the second quarter, the opposition. He's got a man, complete, 20, touchdown, Washington. Curtis Samuel, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Commanders come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. After that last touchdown we just saw, Charles, we got ourselves a brand new ball game, all tied here in the third as they have their first possession of this second half.
And Brandon, this drive is all about one word to me, and that's the word answer, because they're trying to answer the momentum the other offense picked up in tying the game, because not only if they score and they feel better about themselves, they'll retake the lead and maybe set the tone for the rest of the half, keeping them in the driver's seat.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Fields now to throw. Flush to his right. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. He turned that into a nice gain. Gets him 8 yards closer for third down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the first down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down. Now it's Fields. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything. And against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
And the tight end goes in motion left. And that is incomplete, but there is a flag. And on fourth down, this is a big call. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
A handoff for Gibson. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
On second down, here's Gibson again.
And he's going to take this one down to about the 23-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature and make sure you don't get hurt. And they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz.
This one left side caught by Gibson. And he'll be marked down right at the 50. Yard line. Second and 8 coming up.
Wentz going to throw.
That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they were in a great position to take the lead, Charles. Obviously, all they needed was a field goal to do that. They wanted the touchdown. Unfortunately, they're going to get neither.
And you know every offense talks about the same thing each week, don't they, Brandon? They want to end every drive with a kick, whether it's a field goal attempt, a point after the touchdown, or at worst a punt. This time they had that opportunity but didn't get it because you know the field shrinks that close to the end zone, and that allows the defense to tighten up their coverage, and they picked that one off.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Part of the thinking when you bring in extra tight ends, you're hoping that each of your guys gets those one-on-one blocks and creates a crease for your runner. You know what the converse is, though? You've got to win those one-on-one blocks, and when you don't, that's the result you end up with.
Now it's Fields off the bootleg.
Eluding the pressure right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Play action supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Here's Fields.
Jones goes diving, and he's got it. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And the key number on that play, 3. Third play of the drive, third down, spectacular catch, turns into a first down.
First down saves them from a 3-and-out. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields.
Rolling to his right. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So after 2 first downs, they get another here. 1st and 10 at the 45.
On play action, Fields.
He's going to air one out. And this one is incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Fields throwing again.
Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
3rd and long. It's Fields. He hits Mooney going across the middle.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
I can still hear it reverberate through this thick skull of mine. Crossing routes versus man-to-man coverage, it's a bad matchup for the defense. Those tend to work very well as they run away from a defender.
A field goal could get them the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Montgomery is not going anywhere. He'll be hit and dropped for no gain at the 2-yard line.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding him out on 1st down, and this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Open man, he finds Komet. Touchdown, Chicago. A great effort there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Bears have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. The Bears send the kicking team out there, and they will send this one away.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They now trail by 7 after that last touchdown here in the 4th quarter. What a big spot for this offense. See if they can cobble something together on this drive.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Past the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 75 yards. And the Commanders are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th.
forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. Fields.
And this is going to be intercepted. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Now a first carry here for Robinson. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2.
When trying to create space for your running back, the first thought is how physical is the offensive line. Sometimes it's just positioning. On that play, it didn't matter about positioning or being physical. The defensive front, they out-leveraged them and won the battle.
Robinson will try to pick it up.
And some room to roam now.
And he's in. Touchdown, Commanders. Brian Robinson Jr.
39 yards.
And the Commanders take the forced turnover on defense and convert it into 6 points.
Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're going to get this down near the 35-yard line.
He has been terrific today, hasn't he?
Yeah, absolutely. Running flawless 2-minute drill right here. This has been quarterbacking 101 with a flourish.
Back to throw. Fields. Montgomery, another target and catch. He'll get it inside the 20.
And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10.
Here's Fields.
And he's going to drop this off to his fullback.
All eyes on Fields.
And he is across and in for the score. And now they can tie the game in the final stages with the extra point.
Or they can go for 2 and go for the win. Yes, sir, that touchdown puts them in striking distance. And let me tell you something, forget being conservative here. Go for it, go for 2.
Well, going for it on the road. Want to win it right now.
Want to win it right now, have the momentum. Go.
On a bad time late for a poor throw, it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl.
The 40. The 20. And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. So with just a few ticks left, they need a miracle.
And this will be recovered by Washington, and that should just about do it.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to our nation's capital at FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, we've got a good NFC matchup on tap between the Los Angeles Rams
and the Washington Commanders. The veteran Joey Sly set to get us started, and we are underway in our nation's capital. No run back here on the opening kick. Off as we'll start at the 25.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Nice job there forcing that incompletion. This is going to be a fun battle throughout this game. Watching him try to take away that area of the field.
So the incompletion, and now it's 2nd and 10, again from the 25-yard line.
Here's the first carry of the game for Cam Akers.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
And not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
Third and long. It's Stafford. And the hook up here to Allen Robinson. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. Needed 13. They got 14 on 3rd down. So opening drive 3rd down. They complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, and the ball should be there. And then they can do some work afterwards.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Stafford. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. 20, 10, 5, touchdown, LA.
Cooper Kupp,
61 yards.
and the Rams are on the board first here this afternoon.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. It's up, it's good, and the Rams take a 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And now the Rams are going to halt things as they want a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Wentz bringing the Commanders up for 1st and 10.
At their 25-yard line.
They'll start on the ground with Gibson.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On the stop was Aaron Donald.
On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again.
And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Rams go nickel here defensively on 3rd.
Check it back, check it back. Let's go, Greg.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he's got room, taking it right down Broadway. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson.
66 yards.
And the Commanders are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Earlier in the week when they had their scouting report meeting, this was the explosiveness that they talked about trying to contain. They were concerned about it all week, yet he still did it to them. Wonder how that's going to carry over the rest of the game.
Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out, but I don't think...
He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, L.A. Cooper Kupp, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Rams have taken the lead.
Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away. Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
Wentz's throw into the hands of McLaurin.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with 2nd and a couple.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
They'll send Brown in motion right. Oh, and they sent the man in motion too late. This is going to be a delay.
And they'll accept that penalty.
So the delay of game penalty backs him up. It's now 2nd and 7.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
They'll send Brown in motion right. Wentz to throw on 3rd and 1.
Able to connect with Dotson. And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz.
Going right back to Dotson.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
Here's a give to Gibson.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The all-everything defensive tackle, Aaron Donald, the one who made the play there.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. On play action, Wentz. And the Rams got him. They bring him down.
Wentz and the Commanders staring down a 3rd and long now after that sack.
On play action, they'll throw. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted.
And the Rams are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where quarterback coach in the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and punt the football.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago, they scored. Remember, last drive was that one-play touchdown strike, so now they're looking to make it 3 for 3.
You know, I talked to a Hall of Famer one time about, hey, when you're on defense and these types of things are happening to you, what goes through your mind? And he told me at that point, it's not about schemes. It's not about what's called from the sideline. It's about players. Who's going to make a play, make a stand, and stop this offense from doing what they've been doing?
3rd and 2, Stafford. Man open, it's Kupp. He's got it. Past the 20. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
This is what made the West Coast offense a staple around the NFL in the 80s and 90s. You don't have to push the ball deep downfield to come up with big plays, and there's an example of that right there.
They'll run here with Akers.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
All runners count on their eyes to find the gaps and creases, to find open space. There was absolutely none on that one. Totally swallowed up on that play.
2nd down and goal. Stafford, the quick slant caught. Touchdown, Rams. Make that now 3 first-half touchdown passes for Matthew Stafford. And the Rams have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. It's good, and it is now 21-7. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. To throw is Wentz. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They look lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
To throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
As a coaching staff, you can call just about whatever you want because you understand you have guys who reliably take away those massive shots downfield. You're not as worried about giving up the big one.
They'll send Brown in motion right. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. Aaron Donald able to get in there yet again. That's already 3 sacks for him here in this first half of football. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Tress Way on 4th down is sent out to punt. Cooper Kupp deep for L.A. And we'll see what he can do on the return. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And with a 21-7 lead already in their hip pocket, probably not a time to get too creative or inventive here. We'll see. And some space here. And now off to the races down the right side. And all the way down to the 22-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. Off the fake to Akers. Here's Stafford.
And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, L.A. Tutu Atwell in the final seconds of the first half. And the Rams would extend their lead here just before halftime.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away.
Very short kick. This will be taken by one of the up men. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
And with only 4 seconds on the clock, time likely for just one snap of the football.
A final shot before half for Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Troy Hill picks it, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3.
Washington down on the scoreboard, but they are getting the football first here, and we are back underway on EA Sports. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel.
And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Throwing on first is Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. Now Gibson.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Wentz. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time.
And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line.
Well, they're certainly in a bad way right now. Not so bad that you can call this one over already, but bad enough that you know you can't toss an interception to open the second half. This just ratchets up the pressure on this team's defense right now.
Stafford and the Rams come up 1st and 10.
At their own 18.
He starts with a give to Akers.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Second down, they'll go with Akers again.
Oh, he's got a little daylight.
And he's going to get this all the way down to Washington's 33. 115 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run with a backup. This is Williams. And he is going to lose yardage here. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2. So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
Stafford going to give this to Akers.
And he'll be out of bounds as he gets it down to the 30 there. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7.
They'll go again.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
Well, number 1 on the list of things not to do when you're up 3 scores in the 3rd, that right there, give the football away.
I love when you speak like that. You know how doctors talk about taking the Hippocratic Oath, first do no harm? You just did the football-cratic one right there. Don't give the ball away when you have a lead that you can lock this game down with.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Wentz.
Quick slant, Dotson. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. They'll send Brown in motion right. On 1st down, Wentz. Got him in. It's Brown.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. On 2nd down, a run with Gibson.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Wentz now on 1st down. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. It'll be 1st and goal when we come back. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
They'll run with Gibson.
And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Wentz now to throw.
He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders.
Curtis Samuel, an 11-yard touchdown.
And the Commanders have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Extra point by Sly is up and good.
And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard. Line as he's dropped at the 23.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line.
They've got the two-score lead. Look, though, they fumbled last possession, led to a touchdown. So while things look good here at this stage in the fourth, they got to be careful.
They definitely do, because they've actually brought them back into it, haven't they? They've given them hope once again.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, L.A.
2-2 Atwell.
2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far.
And the Rams have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter.
Well, that is certainly a deflator right there defensively. Their guys just came off of a touchdown drive. They're back in the game, and then bam, they give up a touchdown 1 play later. How about that?
And the momentum, which seemingly had shifted the other direction, thought we might be seeing a comeback. That momentum right back the other way.
Well, that is certainly not complimentary football that we saw right there. The defense is supposed to help their offense, not give up another touchdown.
Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Wentz now on first down. And the Rams got him. They bring him down. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz complete. It's Dotson. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. The offense on third down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing now is Wentz. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
And he finds McLaurin. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the first. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. They'll send Brown in motion right. To throw, it's Wentz.
Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Wentz to throw again. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And they'll be stopped at the 28 on a play that started at the 14. They pick up 14. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Working from the gun, Wentz. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Rams are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
Well, trailing here in the 4th quarter, and that personal foul, that only adds to the hole that they're currently standing in.
Yeah, absolutely a bad job of just losing your cool and letting your anger take over. Mistakes like that, not going to help you at this stage of the game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Stafford going to throw it.
That's caught. It's Tutu Atwell.
And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A very solid gain of 27.
Offensively, another big chunk of yardage, Charles, but defensively, they had all this talk about trying to limit explosive plays. They have not been able to do that.
They discussed it all week, but they haven't been able to execute it at all, haven't been able to find a way to slow down this offense. They're seeking answers and not coming up with any.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
Going right back to Akers.
They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Now Stafford.
Throws left side. Atwell's got it. He's going to have the 1st down and then some.
And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
From the red zone now, Stafford.
Right back to Atwell. That's complete.
And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout,
as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. Well, they probably don't need to run a play here, but you wonder if they're going to be able to resist on 1st and goal.
A give up the middle to Akers.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Throwing here, Stafford. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. Well, they've been so good on 3rd down all day long. Can they convert another here on 3rd and goal? They give it off here to the tight end. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles.
Bryson Hopkins
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Rams up the lead to 4 scores now here in this 4th quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll increase their lead to 28. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
They can't do much at this point, partner. This one is going to go down in the loss column.
You don't make up for what has happened during the game in this sequence here. Maybe you hand it off and let someone run the ball if you so choose. But otherwise, just kneel down, call it a day, and try and prepare going forward.
So the L.A. Rams with a victory here. And really, it looked at times like they just had this one in cruise control.